Hello and welcome back to Mastering English Podcast,
The place where we break down English for you.
turning those overwhelming challenges into tiny, manageable steps of confidence. I'm your host.
And I'm your other host. It's wonderful to be here today.
It really is. And today we're undertaking a massive deep
A
dive.
huge one. We are pulling the very best practical language, the mental tools, and some really surprising cultural insights from our sources.
And it's all focused on helping you not just speak English, but what would you say? Live confidently in English.
That's it exactly. Live confidently.
We're targeting those moments where the stakes feel, really high. Think about it. You're walking into a fantastic restaurant. The waiter approaches.
And they're speaking quickly,
Yeah.
very professionally.
And suddenly the English words, they just get stuck
You freeze up.
right on the tip of your tongue. You look at that long, complicated menu full of starters and sides, and your worry isn't even about the food anymore.
No, it's about the communication.
The communication. You want to ask about the day's special, but that fear of making a mistake or speaking too slow,
Or being misunderstood.
that stress is immense.
Yeah.
And that is the stress we're here to neutralize today.
Absolutely. The goal is to make those transactional moments, ordering, paying, shopping, completely stress-free.
Right.
We want you to feel like an expert guide to your own life, even in a language you are still learning.
And because this deep dive is going to be incredibly detailed, we have two critical secrets we're going to unlock for you that you absolutely must stay for.
Ooh, I like secrets.
Me too. First, we will unveil one tiny, powerful word we call the magic word. And it instantly reframes a negative Finnish statement like, I am bad at English, into a hopeful, growth-oriented statement like, I am learning. It's like an instant mental power-up.
It really is a game changer. And second, we will settle a piece of global English confusion that follows travelers everywhere.
Okay, what is it?
What is the true, surprising difference between paying the bill and paying the check?
The big one.
And maybe more importantly, which one is the universally safe choice you can rely on, whether you are in London or Los Angeles?
See, those kinds of specific practical insights are what build genuine fluency.
They really are. They're the difference between knowing the rules and, actually playing the game successfully.
Okay, before we dive into this infinite guide to communication, let's handle one small piece of essential housekeeping.
A very important piece.
It truly allows us to create this level of detail.
It does. So if you want us to keep building these incredibly detailed, research-backed deep dives,
The kind that save you hours and hours of frustrating dictionary searching.
we need your support. So please take 1 second right now to click that subscribe button to Mastering English Podcast.
And, crucially, hit the like button on this episode.
That support really is the engine that drives this whole thing.
Thank you so much for that. We are ready. Let's start where all sustainable success begins.
Inside the head.
So we've established that the words get stuck, or we feel completely overwhelmed. This sounds less like a grammar problem and more like a challenge of mindset. What exactly is a mindset in the context of learning a language?
That's such a great distinction to make right at the start. When we talk about mindset, we mean your whole set of feelings and ideas you hold about a particular subject.
Okay, so it's not just one thought, it's the whole
Right.
system of thoughts.
Exactly. It's the mental foundation you build everything on. So if your internal framework, your internal story says English is impossible, well, that framework will guarantee failure.
It doesn't matter how many flashcards you study.
Not at all. The foundation is cracked.
I understand that idea of an internal framework. Our sources categorize two primary mindsets that are, critical for language learners. Let's start with the one that trips everyone up,
The stuck mindset.
the stuck mindset. It sounds bad.
It's not great for learning, that's for sure. The stuck mindset is defined by a sense of finality.
Finality.
Yeah,
Like the end of the story.
exactly. It focuses on the current state and declares it permanent. It's the little voice in your head that's something like, I am bad at this.
Full stop.
Full stop. Or, I will never understand phrasal verbs.
I've definitely had that thought
We
before.
all have. But notice how this mindset treats learning as a fixed capacity, like a cup that's already full. If you don't have the ability, you can't get it.
That makes perfect sense. If you are stuck, you stop moving, and therefore you stop learning.
You've got it.
But what about the path we actually want to follow? The growing mindset.
The growing mindset. This
I'm-
is the philosophy of elasticity and progress.
Elasticity, like a rubber band. It can stretch.
It can stretch. It recognizes that difficulty is just a temporary state. It doesn't deny the challenge. It simply replaces the word am with the word learning.
So it doesn't say this is easy.
No, not at all. It says, this is hard, but I can try. Or, I am learning how to structure complex sentences. It's about the process, not the final judgment.
So if I compare the two, the stuck mindset uses I am bad, which is a finished state.
Right.
It closes the door. But the growing mindset uses I am learning, which is hopeful. It implies you are still actively on a journey,
You're on the path.
even if you fall down.
Especially if you fall down. It's the fundamental difference between believing your ability is a ceiling
Which you can't go through.
and believing your ability is a constantly upward-moving staircase.
I think we need a really strong analogy here to make this idea truly stick, especially when we talk about making mistakes,
Yeah.
because that's where the fear is.
Okay, let's use the classic analogy our sources highlighted. It's perfect because it's a universal human experience.
I'm ready.
The baby learning to walk.
The baby learning to walk.
Oh.
Okay. When you watch a baby try to walk, they fall over constantly.
Constant.
They make hundreds of mistakes.
And that's the key. When the baby falls, we, as the observers, we don't think, oh, that baby is stupid, it's bad at walking.
Of course not. That would be crazy.
It would be. We understand that the fall is an integral part of the process. The fall is information.
The fall is information. What do you mean by that?
The baby's brain is learning from the fall. It's getting data. It learns that angle of the knee didn't work,
Right.
or that distribution of weight caused the tumble. Every fall is a mini lesson.
So when I make a grammatical mistake in English,
Mhm.
or I use the wrong preposition,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a bad English speaker. I'm just a baby falling down.
Precisely. You are gathering data. The mistake is not failure, it's feedback.
Wow, that's a big shift. A mistake isn't failure, it's feedback.
It is. The growing mindset actively seeks mistakes because mistakes show you exactly where you need to adjust your balance.
So you should almost be happy when you make one.
In a way, yes, because you've found something to work on. If you stop trying because you're afraid of falling, you will never walk.
And if you stop speaking because you're afraid of mistakes,
You will never achieve fluency. It's that simple.
that truly changes the whole emotional landscape of learning a language.
It does.
If the mistake is my friend, I'm much less afraid to experiment with new words.
And that's where real learning happens, in the experimentation.
Okay, now that we know we need the growing mindset, you tease the single word that is the fastest way to implement this mental shift.
The magic word.
I'm ready for the big reveal. What is this magic word, and how is it fundamentally different from saying something like, still not?
The magic word is small, just 3 letters, but it's a massive philosophical anchor.
Right.
The word is yet, Y-E-T.
Yet. Okay, I use yet sometimes, often at the end of a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
It means not now. But how does it carry that special flavor of hope, which seems, I don't know, absent in still not?
That's a highly nuanced question, and it's why native speakers choose one over the other without even thinking about it.
Okay, break it down for me.
Still not often points backward. It suggests a lingering impatience or frustration about a lack of progress that you feel should have happened by now.
Okay, so it has a negative feeling.
It can. For example, I still haven't heard back from the job interview. You can hear the frustration. It focuses on the current lack. Right, I get that. And yet.
Yet acknowledges the current lack, the not now part.
Okay.
But, crucially, it acts as a word of anticipation and future possibility. It maintains expectation.
So still not looks at the past, but yet looks to the future.
You've got it. It says the story is not over. It opens the door to the next chapter.
Oh, I love that definition.
Mm.
A word that keeps the story alive. Okay, let's immediately apply it. If I have the common stuck thought, I do not understand relative clauses.
You immediately upgrade it to the growing thought.
I do not understand relative clauses yet.
Perfect. Hear the difference.
I do. It feels so much lighter. Okay, the really big one. I cannot speak English fluently.
Be precise.
I cannot speak English fluently yet.
That one word transforms a statement of fact into a statement of temporary circumstance.
It truly takes the weight off. It externalizes the problem. It's not me who is the problem.
Right.
It's just the timing that is the problem. Exactly. It gives you permission to keep trying. Let's really see this word in action across a range of styles so you can feel how versatile it is.
Okay, I want to hear it. Give me some different tonal examples.
All right. Number 1, let's do a formal or professional example.
Okay, business meeting.
Imagine a financial team is analyzing data. They might say, "We have not yet finalized the Q3 report as the international data is still pending."
Okay. That sounds very professional. It signifies a delay.
But a delay that will be resolved. There's no panic.
Right. Okay, number 2.
Let's do a casual, everyday one. You're making dinner plans with a friend. You might ask, "Have you seen the new action movie yet? I hear it's incredible."
Ah, so there's an expectation.
Yeah,
I'm implying that I think you will see it soon.
that's the hopeful part. Okay, number 3, a bit historical.
Ooh, I like this.
Imagine a scientist in the 18th century, before we knew about electricity. They might have observed, "We haven't discovered the true nature of electricity yet, but our experiments are promising."
Okay, that marks an unreached milestone, but with optimism.
Precisely. Number 4, slightly humorous.
Let's hear it.
If you're waiting for a really slow bus, you might grumble to yourself, "I've been standing here for 20 minutes. This bus hasn't arrived yet, and I'm starting to worry the driver is delivering pizza."
I've definitely felt that. Okay, and a final one.
Let's do a philosophical one.
Nape.
You might say, "I have not found all the answers to life's great questions yet, but I enjoy the search."
Wow, that really shows the power of the word. It's about the journey.
It's all about the journey.
That demonstrates the range. Now, let's see it in an extended conversation. We need a situation with high anticipation and maybe some minor frustration.
Okay. Extended scenario role play. We've been working on a complex project for weeks, and we are waiting for a critical piece of feedback from a client.
And it's the end of the day. The pressure is on.
I can feel the tension already. Let's start.
Hi, I was hoping to send the final design brief to the printers by 5 p.m. Have they approved the color samples yet?
I just checked my email 5 minutes ago. The client hasn't officially approved the samples yet. We can't proceed without that green light.
Ugh. That's so frustrating. I really thought we had done everything they asked for. I haven't figured out how to predict their demands yet.
Don't worry. Remember, we haven't missed the official final deadline yet. We still have until tomorrow morning.
That's true. Our job is not finished yet, but the hard part is over.
Exactly.
Still, I haven't even had a chance to get coffee yet today. I think I deserve one while we wait.
I completely agree. We haven't perfected the art of waiting patiently yet, but we are trying. Let's go get that coffee.
Okay. We'll check again when we return.
Perfect.
That shows how Yet manages expectations so smoothly in a real back and forth. Now let's talk about how to use it with other words to sound totally natural.
You mean collocations?
Collocations. This is where you start to sound like a native speaker, right?
This is exactly it. Learning these word partnerships is key. Here are 5 essential pairings for yet.
Let's have them.
Number 1, the most common. Haven't finished yet.
Okay, simple.
Used for any incomplete task. I haven't finished my dinner yet. She hasn't finished the report yet. Very versatile.
Got it. Number 2.
Not yet ready. A standard phrase for waiting for preparation.
Like, the meal is not yet ready.
Or, my friend is not yet ready to leave. Or even for a file on a computer, the download is not yet ready.
Okay, that's useful. 3.
Has yet to be seen. This is a slightly more formal, powerful way to say, we don't know the result.
Could you give me an example sentence for that one?
Of course. Whether the new strategy will be successful has yet to be seen. It creates a bit of drama.
Like that. Number 4.
Best one yet. This is used for positive comparison.
Oh, okay. So, this deep dive is the best one yet.
I hope so. Or, this is the best coffee shop we found yet.
Right. And the last one.
Number 5. Are you done yet?
Ah, I hear this one from my kids all the time.
Exactly. It's used mostly in casual or parental context, asking if a task is complete. It can sometimes sound a little impatient.
For sure. Okay, that's comprehensive. So we use yet to keep the story moving, maintain the growing mindset, and keep us on the journey.
You've summarized it perfectly.
Okay, my mindset is adjusted, my mistake fear is gone, but
There's a but.
there's a but.
Yeah.
I still have to look at the entire scope of the English language.
Yeah.
It feels like this impossibly tall mountain, thousands of words, complicated verb tenses, and looking up at the summit just makes me tired and overwhelmed. How do we defeat that feeling of massive scale?
That feeling of being overwhelmed is the #1 killer of learning motivation.
I believe it.
When the goal is too big, the brain just shuts down. The strategy to manage this is what we call the brick method.
The brick method.
And the guiding rule is simple. Do not look at the top of the mountain. Look only at your feet. The next step.
Focus on the immediate. Okay, but how does that translate into a learning strategy?
Let's use the analogy provided in our source. Think of a worker building a very large, imposing stone wall.
Okay, I'm picturing it. And the wall is the goal fluency, mastery of English.
Exactly. If the worker looks at the entire empty space where the wall should go, they feel defeat before they even start.
Right, they think, this is impossible. The stuck mindset has won.
It has, so what changes?
What does?
The wise mentor steps in and says, your job today is not to build a wall.
Hey.
Your job today is just to lay one brick perfectly.
Just one brick.
Just one. That task is manageable, achievable, and controllable.
So he's not worrying about the ultimate goal. He's focusing entirely on the tiny, perfect task in front of him.
And if he lays that one brick perfectly today, he succeeds today.
He gets a feeling of accomplishment.
He does. He doesn't have to worry about tomorrow's brick until tomorrow, after many, many successful days of laying one perfect brick.
He eventually looks back, and the wall is built.
The wall is built. He never built a wall. He just laid bricks.
I love that. The brick method focuses entirely on consistency and present success, not future intensity or past failure.
So practically speaking, what is a brick for you, for our listener? It must be small enough not to trigger anxiety.
Right. It can't be learn 100 words. That's not a brick. That's a whole section of the wall.
Too big.
Give me some practical examples of what a single perfect brick can be for an English learner this week.
Okay. A brick can be learning and accurately using 2 new words from this deep dive.
Just 2. Okay, manageable.
Or listening to one English song and looking up 3 words you didn't understand.
I can do that.
A brick could be writing one polite sentence using the phrase, I'd like.
We're going to get to that one.
We are. Or even just spending 5 focused minutes reviewing the past tense verbs.
So the beauty is the size of the brick doesn't matter. It's the commitment to laying it perfectly every single day that matters.
That's what stops the feeling of scale immediately.
It shifts your focus from anxiety about what you don't know
to pride in what you did accomplish today.
That's a powerful psychological foundation. Okay, now that we have the mindset, let's move into the real world and apply these tools to a high-stakes, real-life scenario.
Ordering at a restaurant.
Scene set. We are walking into a nice, possibly intimidating restaurant. We have our growing mindset. We need to dissect the language used in this scenario chronologically, from arrival to payment.
Let's do it. Phase 1 is getting the waiter's attention and securing our spot.
So, the core phrase needed if you haven't booked a table ahead of time.
The standard polite phrase is, a table for 2, please.
Or a table for 1, 3, 4, whatever you need.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about the word table. It seems so basic, but it has specific functional uses in a service environment, right?
It does. I mean, yes, on one level, it's simply a piece of furniture with legs.
Right.
But in the service context, it is the entire unit of dining. You don't ask for a wood surface for 2, you ask for a table.
The unit of dining. I like that. And when we talk about tables, we immediately get into specific cultural collocations.
Absolutely. Think about how we use the word. 1, table manners.
The rules of polite behavior while you're sitting at that unit.
Perfect. 2, set the table.
The action of preparing it with forks, spoons, napkins, all that.
3, clear the table.
Removing the dishes after you're done.
4, reserve a table.
Which is booking it ahead of time. And that leads us perfectly to our next core phrase.
A perfect transition. If you planned ahead, you need the language of booking.
What do I say?
Core phrase 2, I have a reservation under your name.
Okay, reservation. I sometimes confuse reservation with booking. Is there a meaningful difference there, or can I use them both?
That's a great question. They are highly interchangeable in modern English, so you will be understood if you say booking. But reservation tends to be used more often for specific time-sensitive services, like a table at a restaurant, a flight on an airplane, or a hotel room. Booking is slightly broader. You can book a room, or you can book a band for a concert.
So for the restaurant to sound most natural, stick to reservation.
That's the safest bet.
Let's give our listeners the full definition of reservation, just to be crystal clear.
Definition. A reservation is the act of arranging to have something, in this case, a table held specifically for you at a future time.
It's a promise of a space.
It's a promise. You have a claim to that space at that time.
Okay, give me a scenario where I use this word correctly on the phone. Let's do an extended scenario role play. I'm calling a very popular place.
And I'll be the restaurant staff. Ring, ring.
Good afternoon. I'm calling to make a dinner reservation.
Hello. Certainly. What day and time are you looking for, and for how many people?
We'd like a reservation for 4 people on Friday evening, around 8 o'clock.
Let me check our reservation system. We are completely booked at 8 p.m., but I can offer you a table for 4 at 7:30 p.m. or 9:15 p.m.
Oh, 7:30 p.m. is perfect. Can you confirm that reservation under the name Jones?
Yes, Mrs. Jones, your reservation for Friday at 7:30 p.m. is confirmed. We look forward to seeing you then.
Fantastic. That felt very real. Now, when we arrive, the staff often ask about seating preferences.
They might. They could ask inside or outside, or do you prefer a booth or a table by the window?
And what if I truly don't care? I just want to sit down and eat.
The most functional phrase to speed up the process is no preference.
No preference.
It tells the waiter you are flexible and they can put you wherever is easiest for them.
That's a good tip. Okay, we are seated, napkins on lap. We need the menu.
The next step, the core phrase is, may I see the menu, please?
And that may I part is the polite foundation, right?
So are the most polite forms of request in English. Could I also works very well.
Okay, once the menu arrives, let's
Yeah.
quickly review the sections as they often use different terms globally, which can be confusing.
It can be. Generally, you'll see starter or appetizer. That's the small beginning dish.
Starter in the UK, appetizer more in the US,
Generally, yes. Then you have the main course.
the big dish.
But sometimes, especially in the US, this is called the entree.
And that's the confusing part because entree means starter in French.
It does. It's a classic false friend. So just be aware. In the US, entree usually means main course. Then, of course, you have dessert.
The sweet finish, simpler enough. But the most exciting part of reading any menu is discovering the special dishes of the day.
Absolutely. So you ask. Core phrase 4. What is today's special?
Why is this special so important? I mean, how is it different from anything else on the menu?
A special is temporary. It's not on the permanent menu.
Okay.
It's often the dish of the day, using fresh, seasonal ingredients that the chef really wants to highlight.
So it might be extra fresh.
It might be, and sometimes it's a way to offer something unique or creative, and sometimes it might even be a bit cheaper.
So it's always worth asking about.
Always. You'll usually see it announced verbally by the waiter or written on a separate chalkboard.
Can you give me a specific example of what a waiter might say?
Of course. They might say, our special today is grilled swordfish with a mango salsa and seasonal vegetables.
That sounds delicious. Now let's discuss how we use that word special outside of the restaurant too, just to solidify the understanding.
Great idea. It always means unique or highly valued.
So, an example.
You might tell a friend, I have a special job interview next week, which means it's a very important one.
Or, this is a special occasion if you're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary.
Exactly. It elevates the importance of the noun it describes.
So it's about importance, uniqueness, or, in the context of food, freshness.
You've got it. That's very clear.
And finally, a very common and essential question for modern dining. Dietary needs.
Yes. The core phrase is, core phrase 5, do you have vegetarian options?
This is a perfect moment to clarify the confusion between vegetarian and vegan. Many intermediate learners mix these up, and it's a critical difference for the kitchen.
It is. It can be a life or death important difference sometimes.
Okay, so let's be very clear. Vegetarian.
A vegetarian is a person who does not eat meat. This includes fish or poultry.
No animals.
Right. However, they do usually eat animal products like eggs, milk, cheese, and honey.
Okay, so no meat, but other animal products are okay. Now, vegan.
Vegan is the strictest definition. A vegan avoids all animal products.
All of them.
No meat, no fish, but also absolutely no eggs, no milk, no cheese, and often no honey. Nothing that comes from an animal.
So if you are a vegan, you must be extremely explicit when you order.
You must. You might ask, do you have any vegan dishes? To be perfectly clear.
Or even more specific.
Does the vegetable soup contain any cream or butter? Because those come from a cow.
That is a critical distinction. Let's make sure we know the common collocations for these dietary terms.
Good idea. You'll hear vegetarian meal, vegan diet. You'll also hear gluten-free, which is a related term meaning no wheat products.
And, of course, the most serious one.
Nut allergy, which is critical to mention separately and very clearly.
Okay. Now for the main event, placing the order.
The moment of truth.
Okay, I have chosen the steak. I want the steak. Why can't I just lean forward and say to the waiter, I want the sirloin steak? I mean, it's clear, right? It's direct.
It is clear and it is direct, but in service English, it's considered too direct.
Too direct.
To the point where it sounds demanding, almost rude. It creates what we call social friction.
Social friction.
In English-speaking cultures, particularly when you're interacting with service staff, You absolutely must use politeness markers.
Does it really matter that much? I mean, why is I want so aggressive?
It matters intensely. It's non-negotiable in this context. I want is a statement of command or a very high, unyielding personal preference,
Okay.
which is fine for close family. A child can say, I want ice cream now,
Right.
but it's not appropriate for someone providing a service. You have to use softening forms.
And those are.
I'd like, which is short for I would like, I'll have, for I will have, or could I have, which is a polite request.
So I'd like is truly the king of ordering politeness.
It is the absolute gold standard.
Let's dedicate a moment to fully understanding this phrase then. Let's do the deep dive on it.
Let's do it. So, definition. I'd like is the contracted, gentle, and universally acceptable way to express a desire or place an order in a social or service context.
And it implies.
It implies deference. It's like you're saying, if it's possible, this is my preference.
Yeah.
It respects the waiter's ability to fulfill the request.
It's softer. I get it. Give me a range of ways this can be used, just to show how versatile it is in transactional English.
Okay, 5 examples. 1, the obvious one, ordering food.
I'd like the pasta special, please.
Perfect. 2, ordering drinks.
I'd like a glass of the house red wine.
Exactly. 3, making a general request, not even for food.
No, I'd like to sit closer to the window if possible.
You've got it. 4, at a shop, not a restaurant.
I'd like to pay for these 2 items.
Yes. And 5, requesting the final thing at the restaurant.
I'd like the check, please. Or, I'd like the bill, please.
See, it works for everything. It's your universal key for polite requests.
This sounds far better. Let's do a detailed, realistic role play using this phrase exclusively. Extended scenario role play. We are ordering food and drinks, and I have a customization request.
Okay, I'm the waiter again. Good evening. Are you both ready to order, or do you need a few more minutes?
We are ready, thank you. To start, I'd like the mixed green salad, please.
Very good. A lovely choice. And for your main course?
I think I'd like the salmon, and I actually have a small request regarding the side dish.
Of course. How can I help?
I'd like the chef to substitute the roasted potatoes for the mashed potatoes, if that's possible.
Mashed potatoes instead of roasted. I can certainly accommodate that for you. And for your drinks.
I think I'd like just a soda, a cola, and if possible, I'd like it with no ice.
No ice. Noted. And I can take this appetizer plate now.
Oh, actually, I'd like to keep it just a moment longer, thank you.
Of course. Your order will be right out.
See, that sounds so smooth and courteous. It doesn't sound demanding at all.
Not in the slightest. Now let's look at more of that customization language.
Okay. I often need to adjust things. What if I want the salad dressing, but I don't want it poured all over my salad? I want to control it.
That's a very common request. And for that, you use the key phrase, on the side.
On the side.
You say, can I have the dressing on the side? This means the sauce or topping comes in a small, separate cup next to the main dish.
Allowing me to control the amount.
Exactly. This is very useful for fries. You might ask for ketchup on the side. Or for tacos, salsa on the side.
That's a great phrase. Now, what if I have an allergy, which is a serious high-stakes communication moment?
This is critical. You cannot be vague here. You must be clear and direct, using our core phrase 6. I'm allergic to food.
I need to know the difference between an allergy and just a simple dislike. How do I explain that?
An allergy is a medical condition. It means eating a specific substance causes a harmful, often severe reaction in your body. It could even require hospitalization.
Okay, it's a health issue.
It is. A dislike or a preference just means you don't like the taste. You must never confuse the two, as a kitchen will treat an allergy with extreme caution.
So they'll use clean cutting boards, change gloves, that sort of thing.
They have to. It's a safety protocol.
Give me an example of how this might play out in a conversation with the waiter.
Okay. You might say, before I order, I need to tell you that I have a severe allergy to nuts.
So you start with the big statement.
Yes. Then you follow up with a specific request. Could you please check with the kitchen to ensure the chicken dish does not contain any trace of peanuts?
So you're asking for confirmation.
The waiter will take this information extremely seriously, write it down, and go speak directly to the chef.
That level of detail is necessary for safety. Okay, the food has arrived, and it is wonderful.
A good outcome.
Yes. So mid-meal, the waiter will often check in.
Usually asking a simple question like, how is everything?
And if the food is good, we need high praise. We want to say it's more than just good.
The key word, the best word, is delicious.
Okay, so how does delicious differ from other positive words, like good or tasty or even yummy?
It's a matter of degree. Good is neutral. It meets the minimum standard. It's fine.
Okay.
Tasty is slightly better, a little more enthusiastic. Yummy is very casual, often used by or with children.
Right. This broccoli is yummy.
Exactly. But delicious is high praise. It means extremely tasty, very pleasing to the senses, and usually implies high quality. It's the highest compliment you can give the chef.
Okay, let's see that word in action. Let's do another role play. The check-in moment.
Sounds good. I'll be the waiter again, walking over to your table.
That's all.
So, how is everything tasting here at table 5?
Oh, everything is absolutely delicious. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
The salmon is cooked perfectly.
I'm so pleased to hear that. The chef will be very happy.
Yes, and my companion steak also looks and smells delicious. It seems like the entire experience is top-notch.
That's wonderful feedback. Is there anything else I can get for you right now?
Now that you mention it, could I have some more water, please?
Of course.
And that's the phrase we use when we want a refill, correct? Some more.
Exactly. Some more is the perfect quantifier for requesting a refill of water or bread or ketchup.
Okay. Now, what if the worst happens?
No.
The order is completely wrong. I ordered chicken, I got fish. I must handle this without sounding angry.
This is a crucial test for maintaining confidence. The key is to stay polite, factual, and direct.
So what's the phrase?
Core phrase 7. Excuse me, my order is not correct.
You start by getting their attention politely.
And then you simply state the fact, without emotion. I believe I ordered the chicken dish, but this appears to be the salmon.
So no, you brought me the wrong thing.
No, absolutely not. That assigns blame. This is not correct, focuses on the situation, not the person.
Let's discuss the social contract of complaining in service English. It feels very different.
It is. Complaining in this context is simply stating a factual problem that requires a solution.
It's not expressing deep personal anger.
Exactly. That's for arguments with family, maybe, not for service staff.
Give me an example of a polite complaint about a specific issue, like the food being cold.
Okay. You start with the attention grabber, excuse me, then you add a softening phrase.
A softening phrase.
Like, I'm afraid. It shows you are reluctant to complain.
Excuse me, I'm afraid the steak is a little cold.
Perfect. And then you offer the solution. Could you please warm it up for me?
So you're not just pointing out a problem, you're suggesting the fix.
Using I'm afraid softens the entire statement. It shows it's an inconvenience to you both, not an attack on the waiter.
That's a huge difference. I like the idea of using polite language even when I'm justifiably frustrated.
It ensures you get the problem solved quickly and cordially. Remember, the waiter wants you to be happy. Helping them help you is the fastest way to a solution.
The meal is finished. It was delicious or it was corrected. Now we need to pay and leave.
The final stage.
How do I get the waiter's attention politely for this? I don't want to snap my fingers or shout.
No, never. You try to make eye contact first. If that doesn't work, a small, polite hand wave is okay.
And when they come over?
You use the attention grabber. Excuse me, followed by the request.
Which is?
Core phrase 8. Can I have the bill check, please?
Okay, let's solve the great regional debate once and for all. Bill versus check. Where do I use which, and which one is the safest bet if I can't remember?
This is purely a regional split in common usage. It's one of the classic dividers.
Okay, so what's the rule?
Bill is the standard term used across the UK, Australia, and most Commonwealth nations.
Got it. Bill for Britain.
And check is the standard term used primarily in the US and Canada.
So if I use check, please, in a London pub, what happens?
They will understand you perfectly. There will be no confusion.
What?
But you immediately identify yourself as someone who learned their English outside of the UK regional context, likely American English, which is fine, but it marks you as a visitor.
And is there one that works globally, universally, if I'm not sure?
For maximum safety and consistency, the bill, please, is often the better choice globally.
Why is that?
Because it is understood everywhere, even in the US, and it is the dominant term in formal British English, which still influences many regions around the world.
So when in doubt, bill is the safer choice.
But if you are strictly in the US, the check is entirely appropriate and what you'll hear most often.
That settles it for me. Now, the waiter brings the slip of paper. I need to clarify my payment method.
They will often ask, will you be paying with cash or by card?
And no response.
Core phrase 9, I'll pay by card, please. Or if you are unsure if they even accept cards in a small place, you can ask, do you take credit cards?
Okay, simple enough. And now the complex cultural landscape of tip-tipping. What is this, and why does the percentage seem so different everywhere I go?
It's a huge point of confusion for travelers. So a tip is a sum of money given in addition to the cost of the service.
Extra money.
Extra money meant to reward the staff for good service. It is distinct from a service charge.
What's a service charge?
A service charge is a mandatory fee that the restaurant includes on the bill itself. It's often 10% or 12.5% and is sometimes automatically added, especially for large groups of people.
So you have to check the bill to see if it's already there.
Always check the bill to see if service is included. If it is, you are not expected to add another large tip on top of that.
Okay. And why is the percentage so high in places like the U.S., like 15 to 20%, compared to, say, Europe?
This is all about wages. In the US and Canada, tipping is critical because service staff often receive a very low base wage, far below the minimum wage for other jobs.
So the tips are essential for their livelihood.
Absolutely essential. Therefore, 15% to 20% is the expected standard for good service. Not tipping is considered very rude.
And other places.
In many European and Asian countries, the staff receives a full standard wage. Tipping is purely a sign of excellent service, and it's usually a smaller amount, or just rounding up the bill to the nearest large number.
That context is vital. So in the U.S., tipping is part of the salary. Elsewhere, it's a bonus for great work.
That's a great way to think about it. Remember the collocations, leave a tip jar on the counter, and understanding the local tipping culture.
Okay. What if I'm with 3 friends and we don't want one person to pay the whole bill? We want to separate it.
This is a social and financial coordination moment, and for this, you need a specific idiom.
Which is?
Go Dutch.
Go Dutch. What does that mean? Where does it come from?
The origin is a bit debated, but the meaning is very clear. To go Dutch means each person pays for their own share of the meal only.
Ah, so it's not the same as splitting the cost.
It can be different. Splitting the cost might just mean dividing the total bill equally, even if one person only had a cheap soup and another had an expensive steak.
Right.
Going Dutch is more precise. You calculate exactly what you consumed, and you pay for that.
So how do I ask the waiter to do this?
You can say, "Can we pay separately, please? We'd like to go Dutch." Most restaurants are happy to do this.
That's incredibly useful. Now that we've successfully navigated the restaurant, let's quickly move to another key transactional setting, the supermarket checkout.
A different set of challenges.
Before we even get to the checkout, let's quickly confirm the word for finding things in a store. That long path between the shelves.
That is the A-L-E. A-I-S-L-E.
I always feel awkward saying that word. The spelling is tricky. How do I pronounce A-L-E?
It's pronounced exactly the same as the pronoun I'll, as in I will.
Oh, really? The S is silent.
The S is completely silent. You just say I'll.
So it's not a-cell or is-all.
Nope, just I'll.
Give me a scenario using it so I can practice.
If you can't find coffee, you find a staff member and ask, "Excuse me, which aisle is the coffee in?"
Which aisle?
And the reply might be, "It's in the drinks aisle number 7. You'll hear phrases like the frozen aisle or the dairy aisle.
Okay, got it. We have our items, we are at the checkout, and we are paying using modern technology.
You might want to ask, core phrase 10, is contactless payment available?
Let's break down contactless payment in plain English for everyone.
Definition. It's a secure payment method where you simply tap your card or your phone near the payment machine.
So you don't have to insert the card or type in your PIN number?
Exactly. For small amounts, at least. It's very fast and very convenient.
Yeah, what if my card is being stubborn and won't tap correctly? It happens sometimes.
You need simple troubleshooting language. Just say calmly, "My card isn't working," or, let me try that again. No need to panic.
Okay. Now, the ultimate financial fear at the checkout. A billing mistake.
Yes. The phrase you need is, core phrase 11. I think I was charged twice.
What does it mean to be charged twice?
Definition. It means the checkout machine mistakenly recorded the payment for the same item or the whole transaction 2 separate times.
That's a billing error.
It's a billing error. It happens more often than you think with faulty scanners or technology.
Let's do a quick role play for this. Extended scenario role play. I noticed on the screen that the milk was scanned twice, but I only have one.
Okay, I'm the cashier. That will be $25.50, please.
Excuse me, I think I see a mistake on the screen.
Oh, what seems to be the issue?
I only have 1 carton of milk in my cart, but I think I was charged twice for it. Can you check the total?
Let me look. You are absolutely right. My apologies. The scanner must have picked it up again. I will remove the duplicate charge right now.
Thank you so much. I hate being charged twice for something I only bought once.
That's a common frustration.
And the solution to being charged twice is usually
A refund.
Okay, what is the difference between a refund and an exchange?
A very important distinction. A refund is when the store gives your money back.
Cash in hand or back on my card.
Exactly. An exchange is when you swap the item for a different one. Like swapping a shirt that's too small for a larger size. You don't get money back, you get a different product.
So if you were charged twice, you want a refund for the extra charge.
Correct.
We also need to know how to compare the price on the shelf to the price at the register.
If you see a difference, you state the fact calmly. You say, "Excuse me, this price is different from the shelf price. It was marked at $5.
Again, factual and polite.
Always.
And finally, the critical piece of paper at the end of the transaction.
Core phrase 12. Could I have a receipt, please?
Why do I need a receipt? It just feels like extra paper sometimes.
Definition. The receipt is the paper document that proves you have paid for the items listed. It's your proof of purchase.
And I need it if I want to.
If you later want to return something for a refund or an exchange, without the receipt, most stores will say no.
So it's very important.
Very. Remember the collocations. Keep the receipt, I need the receipt for a refund, and check the receipt to make sure all the prices are correct before you leave.
Okay, my hands are full of groceries, and I bought some heavy items. I need help with bagging.
If you have a heavy glass jar or delicate items like eggs, you might need extra protection.
So I can ask.
Core phrase 13. Could you double bag this, please? This means putting the item in 2 bags for extra strength or cushioning.
Double bag. Simple. And if the cashier is working too fast and I just can't keep up with packing my own bags?
You can just ask for help. The phrase is core phrase 14. Could you help me bag this?
And that's not rude.
Not at all. It's a polite request for assistance, and it is usually welcomed by the cashier, especially if they are not busy.
We have successfully navigated the restaurant and the supermarket payment systems.
A huge achievement.
Okay, we've done the transactions. Now let's shift gears a bit. We often default to saying, I'm good, or I'm okay.
The standard, safe answers.
But true conversational fluency means expressing a wider range of emotions. Let's expand our emotional vocabulary beyond the basics.
I love this section. This is about connection. People don't want canned answers. They want genuine feelings. Let's look at the nuances of some common feeling words.
Let's start with the positive, happy.
Okay. Definition, happy do-I. Feeling pleasure or contentment. A general feeling of well-being.
Some example.
You might say, I am incredibly happy because my friend just moved back to the city. It's a general, sustained joy.
And what about a slightly more complex one, like when I'm happy but something specific that just happened?
Good question. You might say, I was happy to discover that the restaurant we chose had vegetarian options. That's a specific, positive feeling tied to a concrete event.
Okay, I get the difference. Now the opposite. SA.
Definition,
Yeah.
SAD. Feeling sorrow or unhappiness.
So a simple example could be, I feel sad today because my cat seems a bit sick.
That's a perfect example. A deeper one might be, the music in that film was so moving, it made me feel unexpectedly sad.
And related to that, you mentioned the word disappointing in the outline.
Yeah.
How does that fit in?
Disappointing is a specific kind of sadness. It's a feeling of letdown, when something fails to meet your hopes or expectations.
So it's not as deep as sad.
Often not. For example, it was very disappointing when the concert was canceled due to rain. It's a feeling of anticlimax.
That makes sense. Okay, what about physical and mental exhaustion? The word tired.
Definition, tired. Simply needing rest. But we must differentiate between the two types.
Physical and mental.
Exactly. You can be physically tired, your body aches because you ran 10 kilometers.
Right.
Or you can be mentally tired. Your brain is weary from spending 6 hours studying a challenging language.
And both are equally valid reasons to need a rest.
Absolutely. I know the feeling of mental tiredness from staring at grammar books.
Me too. We all do. You might say to a friend, I'm too tired from studying verb conjugations to go out tonight.
And that's a perfectly honest conversational sentence.
Okay, next, the hot, strong feeling. Angry, frustrated.
Let's define them separately first. Definition. Angry way. A strong feeling of displeasure, often because of an injustice. Definition. Frustrated. The feeling you get when you are blocked from achieving a goal.
But they often happen together, right?
Almost always. You might feel frustrated because your computer is running so slowly that you cannot finish your assignment.
And that frustration quickly turns to anger.
Exactly. You might say, I was so frustrated that I kept making the same mistake again and again.
And let's finish with two energetic feelings that are opposites, excited and bored.
Okay, Excited definition. Feeling very enthusiastic and eager, usually about a future event.
So an example would be, I am so excited about our vacation next month, I've already packed my suitcase.
A perfect example of that high positive energy.
And bored, the total lack of energy or interest.
Bored definition. Feeling weary because you have nothing interesting to do. A simple example. Waiting at the doctor's office for 2 hours made me incredibly bored.
You can also be bored with something, right?
Yes. You might say, I'm bored with my current job. I need a new challenge.
And the last feeling, surprised.
Definition, surprised. The feeling you get when something unexpected happens, and this can be positive or negative.
Give me one of each.
A positive surprise. I was completely surprised when my friend remembered my birthday with a gift. A negative one. I was surprised when they raised the price of my coffee by a whole $1.
This expansion makes our conversation so much richer than just saying, I'm fine.
And that's the point. All these feelings are normal and they change constantly like the weather.
An analogy.
Yes. Think of them this way. Today you might feel stormy and cloudy, which is like being angry, but tomorrow the sun will come out again and you'll feel happy. It's okay to feel them all.
And now you have the words to share them.
Exactly.
Okay, we've covered the vocabulary, the mindset, and the application. Now let's get into the common mistakes segment.
Moving from vocabulary knowledge to cultural competence now.
After analyzing learner behavior, what are the 3 most common mistakes B1 level learners make in these service situations? And more importantly, how do we fix them?
Okay, let's do it.
Mistake number 1, politeness and directness. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I just want the food. So I say, give me the hamburger. Can I say it like that?
Oof. Sam's correction, absolutely not. That delivery is far too direct.
But they know what I mean.
They do, but it will sound aggressive or demanding to a native speaker in a service context. Politeness is necessary.
So what's the correction?
The correction is to always introduce the order with that polite modal form we talked about. I'd like the hamburger, please.
Oh.
Or, could I have the hamburger? Never assume the service staff is there to obey commands. They are providing a service based on a polite exchange. The language has to reflect that social contract.
The polite hierarchy is absolute. We must use those softeners.
Yes, they are your conversational armor. They protect you from sounding rude.
Okay. Mistake number 2, regional confusion at payment. I feel confident now, so I walk into a restaurant in Manchester, UK, and I say to the waiter, check, please.
Sam's correction. Okay, so again, you will be understood. They will know you want to pay.
But
you will immediately be marked as someone who learned U.S. English, which can create a tiny moment of mild cultural awkwardness. In the UK, the preferred expected term is bill.
So what's your advice?
My recommendation is to listen first. If the waiter asks you, are you ready for the check? You use that word back. If they use bill, you use bill.
And if I have to start the conversation?
If you initiate and you are outside the U.S., the safest global option for maximum consistency is the bill, please.
That distinction is so small, but makes such a difference in sounding knowledgeable.
It does. It shows awareness of your surroundings.
Okay. Mistake number 3, asking for help in the supermarket. I can't find the cheese. I stop an employee and I ask, where is cheese?
Sam's correction. Again, this is grammatically correct, but it lacks the social lubrication needed for initiating contact with a stranger.
It sounds abrupt, very abrupt. The correction requires the 3-step approach for politeness.
Okay, remind me. Step 1.
Attention grabber. Excuse me.
Step 2.
Softener modal. Could you tell me? Or where can I find?
And step 3.
The question. The cheese. So all together, excuse me, where can I find the cheese?
That sounds so much better.
That softening makes the interaction flow naturally and ensures a helpful response instead of a surprised look.
These small critical corrections are the difference between B1 and true conversational confidence.
They absolutely are.
Alex, that was an extensive deep dive. We've covered everything from existential dread about vocabulary size to the etiquette of paying.
My brain is full.
Let's see how much we've anchored for our listener with a quick quiz.
Okay, I'm ready. Fire away.
Pop quiz question 1. When you're making a complaint, what polite phrase do you use to soften the delivery? For example, about cold food.
Ooh, this softening phrase. I have to use I'm afraid to show I'm reluctant. So, excuse me, I'm afraid the food is cold. Precisely. Excellent memory. Pop quiz question 2. What is the powerful 3-letter word, the magic word, you add to a stuck thought like, I haven't learned this?
That is the one and only yet. I haven't learned this yet.
Correct. And pop quiz question 3. If you are paying in a group and everyone wants to pay for exactly what they ate, What is the idiom you use?
We must go Dutch.
You nailed it. You've perfectly synthesized the core concepts of this deep dive.
That was intense. Let's quickly summarize the top takeaways for our audience to reinforce all this learning.
Good idea. Our
Yeah.
top 3 concepts today were, number 1,
The mindset shift. Embracing the growing mindset where every mistake is simply feedback, just like a baby falling down.
number 2,
The politeness hierarchy. Understanding that I'd like is the non-negotiable king of transactional English, replacing the aggressive I want.
and number 3.
The brick method. Defeating that feeling of being overwhelmed by focusing on small, perfect, daily tasks. Laying one brick at a time.
And our top 5 essential words phrases that we explored in microscopic detail were,
Yet I'd like reservation, delicious, and refund.
practice those concepts and those phrases this week, and you will notice an immediate difference in your confidence.
I guarantee it.
Now, to follow the wisdom of the brick method, I have a micro challenge for all of you listening. Don't try to learn all of English today.
Just one brick.
Your single brick for today is to write one complete polite sentence using the phrase, I'd like, in the comments below. Tell us what you would like to have for dinner tonight.
One sentence, one perfect brick. It is the small wins that build the wall. Focus on consistency.
And finally, thank you so much for joining us for this in-depth deep dive. If this episode changed your perspective on mistakes, if it helped you understand why politeness matters,
And if you feel more confident about ordering food,
we need your help.
please don't forget to like and subscribe to Mastering English Podcast. Your support ensures we can keep providing these expensive, detailed lessons every single week.
We truly appreciate your hard work and your dedication. I'm one of your hosts. See you next time.
And I'm the other. Bye for now.